Hey, 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 everyone. Hey, it is your girl, Precious Williams, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. I am your proud host, and I love coming to see you just about every week, unless I am away at a speaking engagement or retreat. And I just want to share with you all how important it is to be able to have a platform where you're able to talk about the very things that are truly your zone of genius, right? And so, as a killer pitch master, for those of you who do not know, I am a 13-time national elevator pitch champion. I am a top Fortune 500 corporate trainer, international professional speaker, and four-time number one best-selling author of the Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for Women Entrepreneurs and Speakers Only series. So when I tell you I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Y'all know I'm telling the truth, okay? And so I gotta be honest. So yesterday, God be fat mouthed with me. He talks to us in different ways. And how he said yesterday to me, let's talk about being 40 plus. And for a lot of women, we are told that we've hit a wall. We can't hope for love, attention, and affection. We don't look like we did in our 20s, and that it's time for us to just take what we can get because we're not due anything. And so I'm 43 years old, y'all. So I want to have a frank conversation. This is not like our other things. I don't have anything written down, but I wanted to share with you all why I think the 40s is litty. Let me tell you, I think the 40s is lit, right? So we could talk about, the aches and pains. We could talk about, anti-aging. I ain't talking about none of that today. I want to talk about how I feel like I'm fully Precious Williams. And I didn't feel that in my 20s because I wanted to be like her. In my 30s, I was trying to figure out who was I. So if I strip society of their power on me, or magazines or social media or streaming and telling me that I need to always be decked out in Fendi Gucci, whatever. If I took all of that away, who would I be? And as luck would have it, I went through a traumatic time from 2017 to 2018. And when everything was stripped of me, I thought I didn't matter. There were no accomplishments, no speaking engagements, no achievements. And I remember I was talking to my counselor at the Bowery Mission Women's Center. And she said, "Who are you with all of that?" I said, "I'm nothing." Because all my life, I never felt like beautiful. So because I didn't have the pretty privilege, what I had was I can go after, accomplishments, goals, all that kind of stuff. However, something kind of changed in my 40s. I'm not saying that at 40 everything changed, but there's a difference in me, and I could feel it, and I could feel it. It started with how I started to run my company. It started with how I started to be in relationships. It also started with me recognizing that not everybody's here for this part of the journey with me, right? And so I used to tolerate when people would tell me certain things about myself because, I thought it was about me, but no, that was about their perception of me. How dare I, as a full figure diva, think that I can walk into any room like I own it? I'm supposed to be in the back. How dare I, if a man is used to dating a particular type of woman and I don't fit the mold, now I gotta feel bad and be grateful that you're giving me the time of day. And I decided I ain't doing none of that no more. I'm not here to chase and all that kind of stuff, but it had to start within me. And so when I say in my 40s things have been lit, I had to let go and weed and prune. And so I want us to have a real frank conversation. If we have men here, come on through, sisters, women, sisters from other misters, mothers from other brothers, I want to have a real conversation. And I'm not saying this is a Pollyanna conversation, but I do want to give a perspective on why I think the 40s is lit. And I cannot allow people to dictate how I feel about myself. So if you're ready to have that conversation, let's drop some stuff in the comments. I want your name. I want to know what about this conversation appeals to you. Do you feel that younger women have all the power and you're relegated to the background? Do you feel that if you see a fine line or a wrinkle, it's over for you? Do you feel you have to have six pack abs and a Brazilian butt lip to make it? I want to have a real conversation about it. And it's important to me because I didn't have these conversations in my 20s and my 30s. because I was afraid to have certain conversations and talk about my insecurities and that sort of thing. Today, do I still have insecurities? Of course I do. Of course I do. I just don't allow them to hold me back. And I'm blessed to be around great women who will kick my butt if I allow myself to fall back and say, I don't belong, I don't have this and that. And there's a reason why I'm having this. I want to have this conversation with you all because I don't want you to forget what you bring to the table. And sometimes the people you're around can't see it until they see others see your light. So can we talk about it? Drop those names in the comments. If you have a company, if you're thinking about an idea, throw it out there. But most importantly, are you 40 years old or older? And do you feel forgotten about, or have you forgotten about your hopes and dreams? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna go to my comments because I love when the guests arrive, and so I see that we have some comments. So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Chanel, y'all. Chanel is such a dope queen. She is a social media maven, strategist. Yo, she has mansion retreats that sell out, and she can have y'all with 6 months, probably to a year of social media, posts and things that really engage your audience, and do it in a mansion retreat. Like, her things sell out because she's really that good at helping you create things that really help you stand out in a crowded marketplace. Chanel, put your information in the comments because she's so lit. She's so, see, when I say I hang with the litty chicks, she litty. Look, Chanel said 40s is fire. You better believe that. I'm a whole snack. Come fetch me cupcake. Christy. So Chanel, I'm glad you're here. Christy, I'm glad you're here. She said, as a recruiter, I always tell candidates, fine tune your pitch. You better say that, Christy, because listen, my pitch when I started my first company, Curvy Girls Lingerie, is very different from the pitch I have in my 40s, right? Because I don't have Curvy Girls Lingerie anymore. My company is Perfect Pitches by Precious, where we what? Teach the art and science of the killer pitch. What? You want to take your pitches from trash to what? Straight cash? Contact the killer pitch master, www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. Ow! Annette Nixon, just starting out. Annette, we're so glad that you're here. Gertrude. I have known Gertrude for years. In fact, my first speaking engagement out of the Bowery Bishop Women's Center was at Bottomless Closet, and Gertrude was there for my first one. Queen, I think that was 2000, late 2018, early 2019. So I'm so glad to have you all here. And since you queens are here, what are some of the questions that you hear women our age talk about that, and I'm not saying we're here to dispel, but like give a fresh perspective. Y'all, I look on social media sometimes, and you know what I keep seeing is that women who are in their 40s, they've hit a wall. They need to stop thinking that they still got options. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I didn't know who these women they were talking about, right? It takes a lot to finally own who you are and to not let society dictate who you should be and tell you have to look, sound, and act a certain way. When I look at the greatest business people, there's something different about each and every one of them. And we need to recognize that if everybody's the same and looks the same, that's what average, random, and ordinary people do. And I don't consider myself average, random, and ordinary. I didn't start my company to teach women how to be average, random, and ordinary. I want women to give birth to their next beautiful now, like right now, not in 10 years, not when they lose weight. I started my first company when I was 327 pounds. That's crazy. And was told too fat, too black, no Ivy League degree. And instead of being mad about it, I challenged it. And I wanted people to say, you can tell me I'm not all of this and that, and I'm gonna show you why I am. You can put beauty in my face. In fact, I feel beautiful for the first time because when I look in the mirror, this is my face. This is the face that God gave me. This is the face, the personality that got me to be the pitch trainer and the co-host of a national television show. This is the face, the body that got me on Shark Tank. This is the Precious that has trained over 300 pitch champions. In fact, I put out on social media today, there were so many things that happened. So last week, I lost a very dear friend, and it was a lot. It was a lot. And the last time I lost someone so significant, I became a severe alcoholic, right? And Steven Jackson, who used to former CEO of Weibo, who always believed in me, always looking for opportunities for me, he died. And when I found it out, like I remember having this moment, like I think I need a drink. And you know what I did? Because I'm in my 40s and I've learned how to cope better, is I reached out to my support network and my sorors. And one of my sorors, and I went to dinner and I was explaining to her how I was feeling. And y'all know what? All I've been doing is drinking water. I'm not going back into that. There's so many great things ahead of me. I also had a great conversation with, my business coach, and we were talking about how everything is changing around me. When I started my company, I was grateful for anyone who came through the door. Now I can be selective, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to not be afraid when somebody says a certain company name, because I've probably been a trainer teaching their sales team. What? Like, that's crazy to me. One of my clients right now, she is going to Paris next week because she's a finalist in a film pitch competition. What? And then I did a training for National Association of Women Business Owners backslash AARP because they're having a pitch competition at their national conference in October. And I was training these women, and 10 of them, free registration, free vendor booths, and they're going to be in the competition. And that is something you can't put a price on. In my 20s, I would have questioned myself. In my 30s, I would have questioned myself. Who am I to think, as a Black woman from the inner city of St. Louis, Missouri, that I could do certain things? Here's another thing. In my 40s, I like to wear colors. I like to be bold. I like to do certain things. When I had one front tooth and not another front tooth, in my 20s and 30s, I would have held back and been like, I can't do things because I'm still having dental work doing. But I decided I'm not going to let that stop me. I know who I am and I know what I bring to the table. It's something beautiful and different. And so I want y'all to tell me, what do you love about yourself in your 40s? It could be, physical, emotional. What lessons have you learned that you want other women our age to know? And I'm not saying we're perfect every day. I'm not saying I don't wake up sometimes and be like, man, I'm gonna need this extra weight to just disappear. But generally, I'm really happy with myself. I'm happy that I'm persistent, and persistence beats resistance. Trust me. And the people that dissed me before are now in my inbox. Can we talk about that? Yeah. And that whether I have on makeup, whether I'm toothless aggression, I am still Precious Williams. So let's talk about it in the comments. I want y'all to drop some hot tea on me. Oh, vision board music. Love you, Precious. Love you too. I'm glad you're here. And then vision board music. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And so, what I would love for you all to do is put some stuff in the comments. Like, I don't want to talk to myself. I really want to have this conversation because I think it's not talked about enough. I think I've been really sensing that, with so many platforms and everybody saying who we are, what we should be doing, and who we should be after, and just understanding at 40 years old, I don't ask for permission from nobody to do what I'm going to do. I don't play second fiddle to anyone, no matter how big their name is. And when I walk in with the confidence of someone who's battled back from very stark and dark circumstances and can stand here and smile because I want to see women win. I want to. I've never won 20 under 20, 30 under 30, 40 under 40, and I've won some other things. And I am very. I'm in my second chapter. When I was 16, I thought 30 was old. When I got to 30, I was like, oh, that's all right. It's cool. In my 40s, I'm like, wow, that fear I used to have isn't here. I know who my friends are. And I also know when the time is up and we might need to part ways. In my 30s, I had superficial relationships, and I only wanted to get to know people to see what they could do for me. In my 40s, I'm loving real relationships and having real friendships, and that people will call me or text me or hit me up like, Precious, what's good? I ain't heard from you in a couple of days. Holla at your girl, holla at your boy. And I'm like, all right, okay, y'all miss me. I love it. And I miss y'all too. And I make it a big deal every day. Who am I supposed to contact to say I see you? Keep going. If the money is not coming in, it doesn't mean you stop. You keep going. In my 40s, I'm taking stock of the mistakes that I made. At 40, I wrote my first book. At 41, I wrote my second. At 42, I wrote my third. And at 43, I wrote my fourth. I was a bad bitch with a power pitch. And now I'm the pitch queen. And I'm loved beyond measure. So I want to hear from you all. What lesson have you learned in your 40s? And for those of you who may be struggling, what do you hope that this chapter teaches you about yourself? And like I said, the 40s is litty. I ain't never been this booked in my life for speaking engagements and for training opportunities. I be flued out like an Instagram body, and I'm not an Instagram body. Do you hear me? I'm not. I'm cute, but I ain't got no six pack abs. I ain't got no Brazilian butt lift. I'm not saying I'm not saying the offer didn't. Somebody like what I'm trying to say. But if tomorrow never comes, I know I've made an impact in my 40s that I never did in my 20s and 30s. So holla at me. Y'all let me know what time it is, okay? Let me see what my peeps is saying. Let me see. And for those of you who are new, I am Precious Williams. I am the killer pitch master, 13-time national elevator pitch champion, now the pitch trainer and co-host to a new national television show for entrepreneurs debuting in fall 2022. I'm a 4-time #1 best-selling author, and I really, really, really love to teach and train on the art of the killer pitch, where you slay all competition. I don't care how big a company is or how small your competition is. We can slice and dice them and make you the only choice that matters. You don't have to believe me, but you can trust Google, LinkedIn, and Microsoft, Federal Reserve Bank, Yelp, all of these big companies. And I'm still Black on both sides. There's nothing ambiguous about me. But I am that talented. I am that strong. And I want you all to, people say you're bragging. It ain't bragging if it's true. My Olympic gold medals are being a 13-time national champion and being able to teach at Harvard, Columbia, Babson, George Washington University. Last time I checked, I don't have an Ivy League degree like they said I needed. I don't. I'm in my zone of genius, and I can show you what yours is, not what you think it is. And that's why it's great that I see queens on here that I've known. That's why when Chanel was like, she said 40s is lit. It's lit because she stay lit. It's lit because she knows that in her mansion retreats and helping, being hired by women and organizations to teach them how to make social media their credit card machine, their cash machine. Because when people start to know, like, and trust you, or they see you as the only choice that matters, that's why you only hang with heavy hitters. And Chanel's that wow. So let me see what my peeps is saying. So if you all want to check out my website, it is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. And of course, I offer one-on-one training in pitching, elevator media, investor, sales, speaker, and interview pitches. I work with big companies, corporations, foundations, and nonprofits. I also have digital training products. So if you want to know how to start pitching from beginning to end, and I also have things for speakers since I've been doing this for 27 years. Let's get it popping. Let me see what my peeps are saying. And this episode is on Over 40 years old, it's time to get lit in your career, your business, and in life and relationships. So let me see what my peeps are saying. Let me see what y'all popping. Let me see what my peeps is popping. Ashley, hey Ashley, how are you, Queen? I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're enjoying it. Mwah. Vision board music. Hey, it's everything. That's what I'm talking about. Get it. And you are right. Y'all get so lit, my throat get dry. Y'all know how it is. And you are right. Thank you for saying all you're saying. It takes a strong person to keep trying and moving forward anyway when people are judging you. Baby, we get judged on a daily basis. Keep going. Thank you so much. Annette Nick said, I'm 59 and no one can stop me from my dream. I'm a work in progress, baby. That's what I'm saying. Ain't we all? Ain't we all? Ain't we? Keep it cute. M Trey. But people don't know the layers that people are healing from. Thank you for saying, wait, I'm sorry. Sometimes my computer be acting up. Thank you for saying all you're saying. That's why you're a blessing and a queen. Thank you so much. She's like, I'll be loving it. Joseph Hearn, I like. Thank you, Joseph. I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. And so again, y'all, being 40 plus, wow. I imagine if I was 16 again, I think 40, man, is that like Golden Girls? And then you get here and you're like, I feel very, I feel very good in my own skin. I feel like I'm I'm really living my life the way I want it to live. I want to live my life. And I also think it's important, that you finally learn what you like and what you don't like. I don't think entrepreneurship is for everyone, but for the ones it's for, I think it's important to be able to share with our younger generations that not everything is perfect in people's lives, whether they have money or not. And it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay that things don't go well because it teaches you how to have grit and determination to keep pushing past no to finally getting that yes. This year, I had been approached by companies that I never even would think I was on their radar. I've been selected for different prestigious programs I'm not even allowed to talk about, to fly out and film a show that you would never think would go. I mean, I've been television, television and film, those things come frequently, but the thing you don't think will work out is the thing that will. I was on the phone last night with one of the producers for this new show, and she said that when they were doing the editing, like, so they're all like, just going through it, and they said, Precious, watching you is so funny because you are really you, right? And so you know how to speak in sound bites. Not only that, your personality comes out in your clothes and in you switch your wigs like you switch your underwear every day, like you never look the same. Yet when you speak, everybody listens, from the investors to the co-hosts. You have presence, and your presence isn't defined by what black is, what woman is. It's you are you. And you don't code switch. You will say things, you will move different, and you're comfortable not being what people expect you to be. You're not boring, but you're not like she said, you did some things we sat there and all like, wow. Like she really is. That she understands pitching at a level most people will never understand, even if they are investors. Like what works in different pitches, right? So like there were these great entrepreneurs, and I could pick apart I could pick apart what was working and what wasn't working in a way that others couldn't, right? And it's not because I'm a 13-time national champion. That's part of it. But I've been a judge. I've had to look through applications. I've had to listen to thousands of pitches. And so when I first came in and I'm looking at, David Meltzer, Janice Bryant Howard, Marie Osmond, you sit there like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I was selected for this. But I never thought I didn't deserve to be there. I never thought I didn't deserve. And so when we were doing this things behind the scenes and we were all laughing and stuff, I was like, you know what? In my 20s, I would have squandered this. I would have sabotaged everything because I didn't believe that I belonged. Because I didn't come with connections, or I wouldn't have believed I didn't come with the right connections, the right family, all this sort of thing. In my 40s, I can look back beyond accomplishments and see what got me here. Being able to pitch when there was not a dime in my bank account. Being able to pitch when I couldn't afford the hotel at the pitch competition. Being able to pitch when all odds were against me. Being able to walk into any room, whether things were torn underneath my clothes, whether my edges, whether my hair had just fallen out the night before, and being able to do it. And so when I look at entrepreneurs, I'm not listening for the pretty words. I'm listening for the things they're afraid to put out there because it's not perfect. Or when they take pictures with people, they want things to look, and I'm like, give it to them raw. You'll be surprised that there's so many people who, because their lives don't mirror social media, they think it doesn't matter. Or how many women in their 40s, you have to, everything's got to be snatched and pulled and da, 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 da. And so when a woman has the audacity to come in as she is, it is threatening to others. And then for some women, they just love it because they're like, "Oh, as the great Ty Goodwin, my business coach always says, when you step into your purpose, another woman can step into hers." There are many women who need to see women who love what they do, whether they're in corporate America, in the foundation world, nonprofit world, doing their own thing and do it with what? Finesse. I think about my Spelman sister, Nzinga Shaw. I think about like Dr. Avis. I think about TJ Mercer. I think about like all these dope women in my life that I don't think I could ever thank them for being themselves, which allowed me to be me. And we're all women of a certain age. And I am grateful that there are people who never even got into their 40s. I'm grateful I'm here. I'm here. So anyway, I want to see what y'all saying it. I want to see what y'all talking about. And anyway, just so you all know, my fourth book, The Pitch Queen, you can get it at perfectpitchgroup.com. It is my fourth book. It's already a bestseller. And I will present this book at BMW on September 1st. 2022. So I will grace that stage in front of BMW, in front of a whole lot of companies. And I will take my rightful place as the pitch queen. There's so many stories of how I got here. And did I think that I would enjoy my 40s? No. I used to think I was tired and through. My best years had passed me by, and I realized my best years are now in the present. And so I want to share that with you all. So let's talk about it. Let me see what y'all talk about in the comments. Wait, hold on. Let me just go. Ashley, we sure do get judged on a daily basis. What's important is jot botting it forward instead of treating others with kindness despite how hard it is. Ashley, mental health is so important. And as a woman who suffers from severe PTSD, bipolar disorder, that's why I have a great support network. So I can't go back to the vice of alcohol. I'm not labeling myself an addict. I get therapy, see my psychiatrist, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. Our silence keeps the secret in. Our silence keeps us sick. And in writing my book, The Pitch Queen, I wanted to share stories that I'm surprised I survived. Situations I found myself in that I swore I would take to my grave. But as my Heavenly Father says, tell it all. because the people who were involved, they want you to stay sick and scared. I'm not afraid. I face off on every challenge and mistake I've made, and I can face the world clean every day. Thank you, Ashley. Annette, wait. Annette, thank you, precious. Thank you, Queen. Ashley, grit, honey. Okay. Try. That's your dream to be a star. Queen, my dream isn't to be a star. I already am. That I'm not even, I don't even, and it's not like being a star, we think it's a popularity contest. Baby, when you're known by the right people, Chanel, tell them, when I tell you lead generation is not my problem, getting clients is not my problem. I can honestly say that is not a problem of mine. I'm a star to the right people. And I always show up ready. I am a star. I don't dream about it. I am one. Look, I'm trying to know you hit that right up under there. Hold on. Y'all know when y'all don't have y'all mouse and you try to do something with your. Hold on. Sorry, let me get this right. Y'all know it's a struggle, y'all. It's a struggle. And Trey, I understand the self sabotage of my younger years. I need to hear from Precious today. I'm telling you, I self sabotaged for years. Do y'all know how many opportunities that I let slide by because I was too afraid and I was too embarrassed to say to myself, I don't think I'm ready. I don't have to be like, I'm ready, but I don't have to know everything. Just like being on a television show, I don't have to know it all. I know my zone of genius. And if you challenge me on it, we can go, but I'm open minded enough to be like, there are things I don't know. Baby, I remember when I was on set and I would talk to some of the production crew because I'm fascinated by what they do. From lighting to makeup to craft services, I'm excited. I get to do something that I've been dreaming of since I was a little girl. And yes, I've been in papers and Forbes and Black Enterprise and Essence and other, those are, but they're like, I still don't know how everything runs. And I'm fascinated with everyone from, the janitor and I'm fascinated and I want to share my love for a second chance. I'm fascinated in my 40s. I'm living the dream my 20-year-old self was hoping for in my 20s. I wasn't ready. From rejected to protected, I was rejected from some of this in my 20s because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And now I am. Everybody ain't gotta like me. I'm cool with that. I don't know anybody who likes everybody. And I'm still 43. Yeah. Ashley, I love it. I know that's right. And then Ashley, Jock was the type I should have been. It's all good, Queen. Gertrude, it's my time to shine. Thank you for inspiring me. Yes, Gertrude. And then we have Entre, amen. So my purpose in coming here with you all today was really just to keep it a buck and to not have like a particular game plan, but just to share with you all that some of the dreams that I had on my heart, some of the dreams I had on my heart, I was afraid to put out there, but my Heavenly Father was waiting on them when I was ready. And so when I tell y'all in my 40s, beast mode, that's how I give it up. I understand that people talk about people don't, you shouldn't hustle and all kinds of stuff. I don't subscribe to what everybody says, but in order for me to get here, I had to hustle my butt off. I had to go in spaces that I was told I couldn't go into, and I had to make myself known, and I did it. And now we're the pandemic, an economic downturn, and social unrest, monkeypox, all sorts of things. I'm a grind and shine till my heart stops. Some of us don't come from certain backgrounds where people were opening doors. So it's up to us as women of a certain age to open the door for the next generation and pour, as the great Dr. Sherwood says, pour into them and show them what is possible. I want somebody to outdo me because I'm going to outdo myself yesterday. And like every woman, I've had good and bad relationships. I've done some things that I have been ashamed of. And with everything on social media looking perfect, I also think it's time to tell the truth about life and that it won't be, and that things won't be always fair. And I hope that that propels women forward. Favor ain't fair either. Favor ain't fair. But you don't let that stop you. You keep going. And when these doors slam in your face, maybe it's because you're playing in the wrong sandbox, and there's another window ready for you. If you are talking to prospects and they're not interested, and it seems to be the constant sentiment, again, you might be in the wrong sandbox, and you might be pitching in a way that's not beneficial. We have a queen on here who's a recruiter, and the pitch has to be different. How you answer questions in interviews has to be different. And sometimes you got to break the mold and go your own way, like what's Frank Sinatra. When I pledged my line name, I have so many line names, but my favorite was Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Because I promise you, that's what it took for me to get here is blood, sweat, and tears. Another one of my line names was the Dream Team. I was on the Dream Team of Deltas. Like, who does that? Like, I didn't come from a legacy. I started a legacy, and I made it to the Dream Team first go round. Another one of my line names was Rocky, because y'all know if you think you acting bad, you're gonna have to show me. You're gonna make me bring my Chevy to a real slow. Oh, I'm sorry, I went into Ti. You don't know me, but that's how I feel when I get up. I'm like, I'm ready. Rocky. And another one of my line names is Survivor, and that's when Destiny's Child came out with that song Survivor. And when I tell you, I felt that song. I still feel that song today. When I played, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna survive, but I'm gonna thrive. And so, what I want to say to us women, 40 years old or over, get ready to get lit. Get ready to come out of the shell. Take off. If you're wearing drab clothing, man, funk it up. Put some color on. Flex on them. You heard? Because people can't stand it when you walk in with confidence. They can't stand it, but they show enough respect it. They show enough respect. I don't need your likes. Respect the gangster of what it took to get here. And as we look at our beautiful young queens, our young princesses, we don't begrudge them nothing because I want them to get to this age and older where they can impart that wisdom on others. The very things that you think are your flaw are really your secret weapon, y'all. They never see you coming. Never want to think I'd be a best-selling author 4 times. Never want to think that my billboards would be in Times Square and even on Peachtree in Atlanta. Never want to think that I get a Lifetime Achievement Award at 43. Never want to think I shoot a MasterCard ad campaign called Priceless. But I did it in my 40s. What are you going to do with your 40s? Type it in the chat. If there's someone you think that should watch this particular episode and they're women of a certain age, type the names in the chat and tell them why they should come. And again, my name is Precious Williams, killer pitch master, aka the pitch queen. So let me see what y'all saying. Ashley, thank you for your authenticity and transparency. It's important to remind folks of where you came from. Overnight successes don't exist. You must grind daily. You better believe it. I'm a 10-year overnight success queen. M Trey, I love it. Run, tell that. Put some respect on my name. What? Put some respect on my name. What? That's what I'm saying. It is what it is. So to everyone who's here, I thank you all for truly loving me no limit. I want y'all to put respect on your names and go after the very thing you think you cannot have. Again, my website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious. Check out what we got. We got free resources. Check out some of the press that we have. Check out some of what our clients are doing. And as we get ready to change over into the next iteration of my company, we will be the number one pitch company in the world. Promise that. I already said. And my greatest success came in my 40s. I pray that you all don't stop, don't quit. When the no's keep coming, you might switch it up. You might have to plot twist, flip the script on them. But you're wanted, your message is wanted in this world. And to the queens that have rocked with me from the beginning to the end, to the kings that have rocked with me from beginning to the end, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for coming back to another exciting edition of the Keeping It Real with the Killer Pitchmaster Show. I am Precious Williams, the Killer Pitchmaster and the Pitch Queen. Go get your book at perfectpitchgroup.com. It is my fourth book, The Pitch Queen. And if you're in Atlanta, I'm getting my Lifetime Achievement Award. While I'm there, hope to meet y'all. And I'll be at BMW in Greenville, South Carolina, August 31st to September 2nd. I hope to see y'all because I'm about to kill it, kill it on that stage. And so can't wait to see you all. And then my book launch is September 13th, 2022 at the Luminary in Manhattan, where I am right now. Let me know if you want tickets. If you do, please hit me up in my direct message so I can let you know if you're in the area how to get those free tickets because we're gonna have a blast all September, October, November, December. Y'all know what time it is. Let's get it. I love you all. Take care. Bye.